update for you on the College Football Super League. So we had been making some calls and endeavoring to uncover information behind the scenes. It's Friday. I can use accents like that. So in talking to some sources over the last 24 hours, we have gotten word from the TV industry that ESPN and Fox, in fact, have had communication and talked about the what ifs and crossing I's and dotting T's in the eventuality, because ESPN, according to sources, I am told, believes that this is as good as a done deal. There had been, as we reported on the show, frustration and consternation from ESPN and Disney executives towards the college football playoff because their extension that they had tabled, and ESPN had tabled a very lucrative extension for the college football playoff. They did not get that signed and executed by the college football playoff. Well, now we know that the reason for that is because the college football playoff is likely not going to survive in its current form or fashion, and that we are likely in 2026 moving to a God tier college football super league. Yeah, however you want to describe that. Sources in the TV industry tell me that ESPN and Fox, in fact, have had very high level meetings about what will happen. How will this go? I am told that both are willing to open their grant of rights in the P4 to facilitate I don't know what's the right word, a metamorphosis, a changing, an evolution of the college football playoff into this super league, or God tier, as everybody is calling it. ESPN and Fox are fully on board with that. I think ESPN, more loudly, I am told, than most people, is pushing the NFL model, which is to have, 64 teams. I am told 64, by the way, is the only number that works, and that is a minimum. That 48 is no longer a workable model because it eliminates far too many brands in the college football world. So 64 is the number. And I am told that unequivocally, ESPN supports an NFL model where you have two conferences who have a playoff system very similar, almost identical, it would be, to the NFL model. They also, ESPN and Fox have both discussed, according to our sources, making sure that bowl season stays intact, that the changes that need to be made in the month of December are in fact made to keep things like, Capital One Bowl Week, which makes ESPN and ABC a significant amount of money, to make sure that those games continue to be played and the TV networks continue to realize that revenue. But make no mistake about it, ESPN and Fox are willing to open their grant of rights to renegotiate their deals to facilitate this move to a God tier or super league, whatever you want to call it. And I think we call it God tier on this show. But to move to a 60-14 God tier, ESPN and Fox are willing to open up their grant of rights, and they are willing to have conversations. I also think this is very clearly something where the door is open for CBS to get back into a significant role in the college football postseason. It's something that CBS, I think, according to my sources, felt left out of, that ESPN and ABC, Disney on the whole, had cornered the market on the college football playoff. And one of the reasons that CBS walked away, if you will, or took a much smaller slice of the college football pie was because they didn't get that big chunk of the postseason. There is a window, because it is going to be a significant financial investment from the TV partners to get this Super League done. There is a window. There is a possibility that CBS could come back to the table in the postseason, but make no mistake about this as well. ESPN and ABC will have the lion's share of the Super League postseason playoffs, the championships, the conference championships. They're in that position now, and I don't think that changes. And Jake, that feels about right for where college football is going.
And I think it ensures the future of college football feeling like a huge event, feeling like a very important thing in the sports landscape. Because I think that's the other thing that we need to be talking about. We need to make sure that we stay cognizant of the fact that the college football playoff system is one of the biggest, sporting events that we have. I mean, to this point, Obviously, it's been a 14 playoff, and now we're getting into expansion. We're getting into super leagues and God tiers, and this thing is clearly growing. We're in that phase of the business model, if you will. But I think, for ESPN, I remember having discussions on this very program about how ESPN was going to have to figure out how they were going to keep the college football playoff system or market cornered and also continue to pay $4 billion or whatever it is for the NBA over the course of the next decade. And so when I look at this Super League God tier setup, this conversation we're having today on the show, the first thing that came to my mind was, hey, this makes it more affordable for ESPN. This makes it so that ESPN can still be the top dog. They can still have the national championship game and in the semifinal, most likely. That's just a guess, but I would guess it at both of those. And then Fox and CBS can come in and say, hey, yeah, we'll have carriage on the entry rounds, right? On the first couple of rounds of a 64 team setup. So that's what I'm telling you, man. Like it does kind of depend like what we get. If it's a playoff system, kind of like March Madness is, or if this is more of a, hey, this God tier is going to be, regular season all the way through the playoff. And we're just going to split up chunks of the regular season the way they do in like NASCAR, let's say. So to me, setup does matter, but I do think that this helps ensure the viability of college football in the long term, because you cannot continue to have ESPN burdening the cost of billions upon billions of dollars to have this stuff on their network for like 50 years. That's not going to work for anybody's TV model. So I just simply say, hey, this to me seems like smart business. And for all the people who are like, hey, ESPN would never get in bed with Fox, ESPN doesn't want to work with anybody else, I'm telling you right now, ESPN works with everybody.
Yeah, that's not the case.
They just simply want to have the biggest and baddest stuff on their network, but they're not trying to own the whole pie. They just want to have the best portion of the pie on their network, and they want to work with other TV partners to say, hey, you guys take this stuff. Even if that's more volume, we just want to make sure we have the national championship game, and I would guess the semifinal on ESPN.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see, and I would remind you, one of the more critical changes coming in the way we watch sports in this country is what's called direct-to-consumer. ESPN's going direct-to-consumer probably in about 16 months. In the fall of 2025, ESPN is going to go direct-to-consumer, which means they're going to cut out cable companies. They're going to cut out Dish and DirecTV. You are going to have the opportunity to buy ESPN. And from what I understand, you're going to have bundle options so that you can get all of your ABC programming, all of the ABC networks, Disney. You're going to be able to bundle that into a package where it's all coming right into your TV. You don't have to have a cable subscription.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that ESPN is painfully aware of is they've got to have leverage in the pocketbook of the consumer. And to get that, you have to have things like the NFL. You have to have things like the college football playoff.
Yep.
I think that's why it's critically important. But I also think ESPN is acutely aware that having everything is not the smartest business model.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think at some point they have to know that if you have a shrinking TV audience, that's not good for anybody. What you want, and this is why I continue to tell you, the NCAA is not going away.
Yeah.
And for all of these guys that are out there telling you the NCAA is dead in the water.
Listen, the mooks.
The mooks. Thank you.
The mooks.
For the mooks out there telling you that the NCAA is dead in the water, it's just simply not the case. These universities are the NCAA. And again, Greg Sankey, it may not be the commissioner of the SEC because I don't think the SEC exists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Big Ten exists, the Big 12, the ACC. You're going to have one league. And you are going to call it whatever you want to call it. And you, in my opinion, you're going to have two groups and you are going to have an NFL playoff system. And I think what you're going to see is those bowl games that are in December to get you into the college football playoffs or whatever you want to call it. Because I was also talking to somebody yesterday who said the name's probably not going to change. It's probably going to remain the college football playoff. Because let's not forget, the college football playoff is not part of the NCAA.
Right.
That is an individual body, unaffiliated, right? Made up of NCAA membership, right? But it's not under the purview of the NCAA. So you can have separate entities. And I think when you look at how much there is to go around, bowl season absolutely belongs on CBS, Fox, NBC, ABC, ESPN, TBS. Like, all of these conglomerates have the money, and there's no reason they can't share in the profit.
100%.
But when we get to January and early February, because I continue to hear from TV sources that I talk to that there's going to be a college football championship game on Saturday and the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Which I think is a brilliant idea.
I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. And it does not interfere with the business of the NFL, because the Pro Bowl is the weekend before. It does not interfere with the business of the college football playoff. It's perfect. And what else does it do? It brings cross-pollination, because I can also see a situation where, hey, the college football playoff and the Super Bowl are in two different major markets serving two different sports populations.
But what is it doing? And I think it's your best point, right? It's training the consumer, right? It's
Yes.
saying, hey, this one weekend, Super Bowl weekend is basically turning into championship weekend, if you will. It's turning into, hey, we get this bonkers college football game at some ridiculous stadium in a major market. And then you get the NFL, which is always always has a great stadium, situation, because it's a Super Bowl. So I mean, this is what I mean when I say it's not about, the SEC and the Big Ten or ESPN trying to destroy anything or hurt anybody. What it's about is saying, hey, like, we obviously have to reform the college football playoff system in totality. We had a decent system just starting out that we were able to come up with, but we understand that hey, there's a bigger, higher opportunity that includes the lower end P4 school.
Yep.
For the most part, getting into it. I think it's hard to not be like, yeah, this is the closest we're going to get to a one size fits all type solution. And again, I'm just telling you, once they have the top, the God tier figured out, once we get this smoothed out and all the details are done, then I think they're going to move right on to, hey, how can we do something similar with everybody else who wouldn't be included in those 64 teams?
And again, I think the overwhelming point is this is football only.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, this notion that, oh my God, the SEC's disappearing, the Big Ten's going away. It's not. But you're not going to have that brand covering football anymore. But I think what you're going to see is guys like Tony Petitti, Brett Yormark, guys like Greg Sankey, certainly. Those guys are going to control college football.
Yeah.
Because they control it now. And I don't think the power structures change in college football. I think the branding changes. I don't think the SEC is going anywhere. I don't think the Big 12 is going anywhere, because we tend to think that the only thing that matters is football. And while in certain situations that's true, the bottom line, the bank accounts, what makes money, sure. But again, as I always like to say, stick and ball sports aren't going away. I can tell you right now, college basketball is not shrinking; it's growing.
Yeah,
right. And here we are.
It's not going anywhere.
On March 8th, we're heading for conference championship weeks now. We're heading into the NCAA tournament. We're heading into the prime of Caitlin Clark's rise in basketball prominence now.
Yes,
that's not going away. It's International Women's Day today. Women's sports are not shrinking; they are growing. Women's TV audiences are not shrinking. They are growing. And I think we get so captivated in, the SEC can't go away. Who said the SEC is going away? I've certainly never said that.
I didn't hear that.
Right? But we get so worried about that stuff. And I made the ultimate mistake last night. I tweeted during the State of the Union.
What are you doing?
But
you knew what that was going to be.
It did,
social media.
It did give me a chance to go through my DMs last night. Well, at least the first. I had way more. You don't
always have to be negative.
So I want to thank everybody who DMs me. I'm not reading your DMs, just so you know. I will read them weekly as my commitment to you, occasionally once a month.
Sometimes.
But you guys send me a lot of DMs. And the overwhelming DMs this week, the ones that I got this week were, You're so full of shit, Monty. The SEC's never going anywhere. We've never said the SEC's going
Nobody
anywhere.
said the SEC was burning to the ground, bro.
You did too.
That.
God damn it. You never said that. Never said that. So.
Okay.
McHack.
Yeah. Just chill out.
Relax. Let's get to the comments section on the Monty Show. As always, presented by Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy partner of the Monty Show.
I'm not talking about Prize Picks today.
Tough day of golf for certain ones amongst us yesterday.
Can I not get the crappy Justin Thomas round
but
when I have you on my board?
Can you stop betting against people?
I bet for him last week. And
How'd that work out?
He shit the bed.
Okay,
he was like 10 over.
So you bet against him this week. How'd that work out?
Yeah, he did amazing.
He shit the
Jag off.
So we're watching. I had Rory McIlroy. They're at the Honda Classic, the old Arnold Palmer tournament.
Bay Hill.
Yeah. The 6th hole is a par 5. You got to hit it over some water.
By the way, truly an incredible hole. Like, beautiful.
Rory off the tee, or roars, as those of us call
roars.
Them. Roars off the tee. Boom. Nails. Hits it over the water. Everything's fine. Almost goes through the fairway. We're in great shape.
Out the first cut. We're good.
Perfect. A really small entry to the green, but a perfect angle to fly that ball up there.
Water shouldn't be a problem.
We're ready to get naked in celebration. Everything's great.
Yeah.
I need him to have a birdie on this hole.
Right.
Second shot. 6 iron. 205. What do you mean it's in the water?
That's what fucking ticks me the fuck off.
What do you mean roars?
Rory hits this ball, dude, and on the finish, he does the patented drop the club behind your back, and immediately we were like, "Why, dude? Why?
Why even get near it?
Why? Why not miss right? Miss right. Don't miss left."
Roars. What are we doing?
Vexes me.
I'm running out.
Damn.
So of course I won $256 on Wednesday. Yeah, lost 110 on golf yesterday. That's how it is. I'm a degenerate. When you're betting on golf, and I'm a degenerate, certain others of us are betting for people to fail.
Yeah, because it's Bay Hill. It entices you to do dumb things.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to betting Call of Duty games. Yeah. Hook it up. Download the Prize Picks app. Daily fantasy at its best, you guys. It's so much fun.
How many kills is he going to have on this map, man?
We have so much fun doing it. And I'm telling you, baseball, NBA, and golf is a blast.
Listen to me. Spring training baseball is exhilarating.
I won on spring training baseball.
Exhilarating.
Yesterday, I won on spring training baseball.
Nobody you've ever heard of.
Dothraki in the first inning. I got him for a grand slam and 7 total bases.
Lidocaine and B12.
In the first inning. Well, that's a more right there. Smash that more button.
Oh, the Dodgers scored 28 runs in the first inning? Yep, we got a winner today.
LA Dodgers, first inning runs, 26 3/4. More.
Yay.
So much fun. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Monty, 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 in your Prize Picks app. Pete Forte gifted 20 memberships.
There we go. We're at 30.
10 memberships. So we're at 20. He gifted 10. So we're at
10.
20.
Okay, we're at 20.
We have 80 to go in an hour and a half.
Come on, start gifting. Let's go. Whether it's 1 or 50. Let's go.
We have 80 to go. If we give away 80 more memberships today, and that's you, we'll give somebody a $50 Amazon gift card. One person who gives a membership today will win a $50 Amazon gift card if we give away 100 memberships in total.
Let's go.
Hook it up. Hit the gift button below. Hit the join. If you are not a member, hit the join button. If you join the membership on your own, you'll be entered to win the $50 Amazon gift card.
Don't tell me you don't have time, bro. You've got plenty of time here, man. 90 minutes.
Welcome to the nightmare. Gifts of Monty Show.
Let's go. See?
21. 79 to go.
21.
79 to go. Hook it up right now.
21.
Gift a membership here on the Monty Show. All right, let's get your comments in here. John DeLon. What's up, John? Is mini golf considered real golf? It is. It absolutely is. There's no doubt about it. I love mini golf. Putt golf. Absolutely. I love it. Let's see. Mike Smith, TGIF. Yes, sir.
Dude,
I am ready.
Playing, bro.
I'm ready to sleep in. I cannot wait. I am not getting up till.
Seeing Dune this weekend?
We are seeing Dune tomorrow.
Yeah. Anybody seeing Dune this weekend in the comment section?
So we're gonna go hit the driving range tomorrow morning. I'm gonna buy probably a really crappy car from Subaru tomorrow.
And then is Monty coming to the driving range tomorrow?
She is not. She has to swim. She's getting ready for her triathlon.
That's right. That's
so,
right. Anyway,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So she is not.
Okay. So driving range, Subaru dealer.
And then we're going to see Dune.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. It sounds like my house is falling down. It's fine. I live near a military installation. They were doing artillery testing this week. Thanks for that. Christopher Shannon, hello. Give me 10 divisions, 6 team college football. I mean, I think there is a whole bunch of ways to slice that pie, right? I think the thing that is very clear is that the TV networks, in my opinion, really favor the NFL model. There is no doubt about that. And I say that because it's tested, tried and true on television. It works. It creates rivalries. It allows you to keep rivalries. I know Mike Gundy's probably going to shave his mullet when I say this, but Bedlam can come back.
What?
The border war can be intact.
I'm a man.
The holy war can be intact. It allows you to play those games on a regular basis. It allows you to keep the pageantry and tradition of college football alive.
Yeah.
And I think that's why ESPN, Fox, and CBS, NBC, your streaming partners, Amazon, that's why they're into it, because it's big games and big matchups that brings a lot of viewership to the tube. And I think that that's what everybody is after here, because the more money, the more opportunity. Sadly, whether we like it or not, let's be honest, college football now is about making money. It's not about winning games.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think, and that's really what our update's about today, that you are seeing the TV networks are ultimately going to shape the college football metamorphosis. What happens next, the next iteration of the championship of college football is going to be shaped by what the TV networks are willing to do. Because again, I would point out, you look at all these conferences, they all have lock solid grant of rights. The TV networks have to rubber stamp it. And if we've learned anything from the Florida State ACC mess, these things are very difficult, very messy, and quite expensive to get out of. And I think that's why you, again, have not heard much of late from Florida State and the ACC. Because I think they know that from football anyway, those grant of rights may handle themselves. So there's no reason to be negotiating, because we were told 2 weeks ago they were negotiating a $300 million buyout. Why are you going to put $300 million up when that grant of rights is likely going away in 2026?
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. I think it's a win-win for everybody, including us as college football fans.
Yeah.
I think this is what we deserve as college football fans. Not that we matter, because again, I point out that if you think your voice matters in college football, you're completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that matters is that you watch. That's it. I mean,
you're gonna watch.
Yeah, and you're gonna watch, and so that's why I say, like, you're right. Like, we don't necessarily matter, but I agree. I mean, this is the kind of model that I think at a minimum college football deserves. I think that I never completely disagreed with the sentiment that it's kind of crappy that we had a board of people deciding who to put in rather than having it played out on the field. But I do think that was the best option at the time. I mean, that was the best option at the time. And now,
man, where are my oranges at?
Wait, you need your oranges, dog? You guys like oranges? You big cutie fan right here?
We are. So, the cutie orange
Bro, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm dead serious. I threw it at you.
I will not stand for this.
The cutie orange is hit or miss.
It is.
These were a hit.
Yeah.
Mrs. Monty shoved a bag of cuties into the cart, knocked them down. My point is, it's Friday. I can do whatever the hell I want. The point is that I think this is what's best for college football players, 100%. And college football fans.
Yeah.
John DeLon says, Mooks.
Yeah,
exactly.
Freaking Mooks.
Exactly. Thank you for your hard work. No. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Taysom Hill, not Taysom Hill's colon. Taysom Hill, football player. Very different than your rectum. Everyone smash that like button. Yes, please do.
Oh, okay, I thought we were going in a different direction there.
Lil Jizzy, thank you for the membership, Harry Austin. Thank you, Lil Jizzy. Mike Smith.
Okay.
Mountain Mama.
Neil Brown needs fired.
Please fire Neil Brown.
Whoever came up with that shit need to be fired.
Thank you, Mike Smith.
I appreciate you.
That's 22 memberships, 78 memberships
Let's
to go. We'll give away a $50 Amazon gift card. Hook it up. Make sure you hit the like button. 106 viewers right now. We just passed 500 total viewers and only 43 likes on YouTube.
Come on.
Let's go. Hit the like button. Hello to everybody. By the way, Twitter's really, or excuse me, X has really taken off for the Showgram. Hello to everybody watching on Twitter. We appreciate you.
Social media.
Make sure you find us on YouTube, The Monty Show, MONTY, The Monty Show. Subscribe, hit the like button. We always appreciate you guys being here as we talk about the college football playoff. Mike Smith, when I send DMs to Monty, I just send full frontal pics, less reading, more drooling for Monty because I care. And it's so thoughtful of you. So, I struggle with words, right? Yeah. I struggle with words. There's no, who am I, Joe Biden? I struggle with words, right? I mean, listen, there's no doubt about that.
Do you think Buddy's got a line item in the budget for cough drops?
No, clearly not. Right? Two Masters. What's up, my guy? Good to see you. Kaner and the Jazz are in full tank mode for the next 2 years.
What would have given you that idea, dude?
I mean, Ryan Smith has spent so much money on the players.
Yeah, I mean, he just is,
upgraded the roster and
No duh.
you're upgrading the no, wait, that's a lie. Welcome to the Nightmare. Hello. Two Masters. I mean, the Cactus League MVP race is going to be stacked. I know. Expedition Greg. I absolutely love mini golf.
Yeah.
Me too.
I am so excited to golf this weekend.
Taysom Hill's colon. See, you did this to yourself,
sir.
Dude. When you used the colon there.
Yeah. What do you want from us,
You
dude?
did this to yourself. I just read things. Taysom Hill's colon. See Dune 2 twice. Incredible movie. Cannot wait.
Yeah. I'm
Cannot
excited,
wait.
Dude.
Expedition Greg. Monty Show heading to the Arnold Palmer Invitational later today here in Orlando. Let's go,
bro.
Brandon Butler. Dune 2 is really good. Stoked. Greywater Watch. I saw Dune 2 opening night. It's a beautiful cinematic experience.
Did I hear right that we got IMAX tickets too?
No, we did not get IMAX.
We did not get IMAX. Okay.
Mrs. Monty thinks that she runs the world. Like, I truly think she thinks she's the mayor of the earth.
But I have to ask, we saw Oppenheimer in IMAX and didn't love it. The whole, remember, it was so loud.
It was so forceful.
Like, egregiously loud.
I've heard so many reviews. I was listening to a review. I want to say it was Richard Roper's review. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's fucking review. I don't remember who it was, but he said you have to see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Monty's like, I'm nobody's stool. I am not going to pay for IMAX when I can pay for popcorn.
What I just said.
At the Megaplex and stuff. I'm stoked. I'm excited. She walks down yesterday. She's like, I got us tickets to see Dune. I'm like,
hey, quick sidebar. Best snack during a movie at a theater.
The popcorn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Now that I'm not like a sugaraholic.
Yeah. I love movie theater popcorn. 100%.
I'm not mixing Swedish Fish and Reese's Pieces anymore.
Dude.
It has to be.
It's internal.
Yeah. Robert Fowler. Hey, Monty. As of 6:47 Central Time, I became a grandpa for the first time.
Hey, let's go.
Congratulate your son on having sex. I don't know anything about that.
Me either.
Mike Smith. You said you had a grandchild. I said, congratulate your son on having sex. And congratulations on okay. Hope everybody's healthy and well. They left Dune 2 open for yet another movie, but have not heard if they have planned that or not. I hope they have. Pete Forte, Dune, hell yeah, going tomorrow. Me too.
Let's go, baby.
Cannot wait.
This is gonna be. I feel like for the Monty clan, this is like the first weekend we're getting where A, we're not driving like 5 hours in driving snowstorms, and B, we actually get to golf and do something else fun.
Yeah, we're going to play River Oaks on Sunday.
Mrs. Monty's joining us as well.
She is going to play with us on Sunday.
Yeah.
Love that. It needs to warm up so we can get back to real golf at Canyons. And
I got home yesterday after work and I was like, yeah, dude, it's still light out. This is awesome.
Dude, I'm ready for summer. I'm done with this cold stuff. It was 21 degrees
brutally
overnight.
Cold last night.
I'm ready to move on. Taysom Hill's colon. I hope Dune 3 gets greenlit soon, Mike. Me too.
Oh, it will. I mean, it's when you do that much money through a film, you're going to get it.
One conference, ESPN East, North, South, and West. Exactly. OG Gary, hello. Sa, dude.
Sa, dude.
One conference, North, South, East, and West. It ain't that difficult. Pete Forte says, congrats, Robert. Congrats. Welcome to the nightmare. Definitely thinking 64 teams, 4 divisions, conference god tier is the best model. I think it is very clear that it's going to be tough to do 48 teams.
Yeah.
I think it's almost impossible.
I don't know why you'd limit yourself. If you're going to do this and you're going to expand and you're going to create this new great model, you wouldn't want to undercut the amount of teams.
No.
Like, if anything, you'd want to overcut it. You'd want to have too many.
But again, and I think one of the other things that I saw on Twitter yesterday was, well, how are you going to have 64 teams compete in football? 64 teams don't make the playoffs, right? They don't make the playoffs. I think what you have is you have a whatever you want to say. I could see a situation where 32 teams make a playoff and you're playing a full slate of games through December.
Yeah, you're going to have a cut line. Let's be very clear about
You
this.
are going to have a cut line.
You're going to have a threshold where you have to do X to get into the playoffs.
It's the football.
Yeah.
The NFL football model.
100%. Yeah.
I don't even think it's that complicated.
Well, and I think when you look at the NFL with 32 teams, like you start to understand, hey, like, you know, obviously we know the haves and the have-nots in the NFL. And what's our favorite time of NFL of the year in the NFL? Well, obviously, like Super Bowl conference championship time of year is great.
Yes.
But I love the wild card conversations. I love the Houston Texans going up against the Browns in the playoffs and CJ Stroud balling out. I want those kind of moments for college
this year,
football.
like the Packers having to win out, or like those games of consequence.
Yes,
which is why you play your rivalry games later in the season, so that Bears Packers, again, Utah BYU is for a playoff spot.
Yes,
right. Like that's why you want to play those games later. Notre Dame USC's for a playoff.
Can you
spot.
imagine the crowd BYU would draw on TV if they were if they were playing a game of consequence against Utah for a playoff spot?
Can you imagine Bedlam for a spot in the college football playoffs?
Right. Like, come on.
I mean, hey,
Texas, Oklahoma.
Are you still going to tell me that Bedlam doesn't matter, Gundy? I don't think you are. Hey, let's go.
Here we go.
Brandon Butler gifts 5 memberships.
Let's go, baby. Okay, so what are we at? 27 now?
That is 10, 20, 5, 27, 37 as Dakota Tubbs gets 10 memberships.
Let's go.
Come on, man. 37.
We got momentum building now.
We've got momentum. All you need here is 63 more memberships to be gifted. That's all you need right now. Get on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, gift a membership.
Yes.
Once we get to 100 memberships gifted, we will give you a $50 Amazon gift card. Right now, Dakota, Brandon, Mike Smith, welcome to the nightmare, Pete Forte, and Harry Austin are all in the running for a $50 Amazon gift card.
Let's go.
So hook it up. Let's give them away. And maybe because I'm generous. Maybe because I'm generous. Maybe we, no matter what, we give away a $50 Amazon gift card today. All you have to do to qualify is give away Monty Show memberships. That's it. That's all you have to do. James, Oak State fan and stadium guru, otherwise known as Taysom's colon. No, different account.
Hey, James, real quick. Hey, how's the helicopter today, James? Is it?
No,
are we?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I am no.
Oh, Monty, Tulsa's got to renovate their west side of the stadium because the hot dog stands need to be a little better.
Okie State James Oak State Light. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oak Light. The college playoff has 4 conferences in G5. 4 16 teams. Top 4 conference champs get a bye. Okay. Why make it that complicated?
That sounds like some trigonometry stuff right there.
Conferences in college football, I truly believe, from what I've been told anyway, everybody understands or everybody is in agreement that there is a model where conferences in college football go away.
Yeah.
Where you have a 64-team, 32-team conference, 32-team conference, and you have a playoff system. Win your games, you make the playoffs. Lose your games, you're out. Period. That's it. And I think you're going to have playing games. I think you have all kinds of opportunity. And unfortunately, I think you're going to see that you're on some level, you're going to have a G5 seat at the table. Certainly, I think that's being discussed.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a lock at all, because I also think there is a real chance that you're going to have a second level playoff system where, hey, you're not in the God tier. Okay, well, we still have a championship for you. You don't get a trophy. You get a ribbon and a bag of like goldfish. The crackers, you get a bag of goldfish.
Right.
Because it's the Goldfish Cracker Championship.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah.
But
Sharp
it'll be something like that. Kim and Eldon gifted 50 fucking memberships. Let's go. Let's go.
Boom.
Let's go.
Well
Harry
done, Calvin.
Austin gifted 20 more memberships.
Okay. See, this is what happens. You build momentum, and now we're flying.
What is that? 10, 20, 30, 80, 100. We're over 100.
Let's go, baby.
We're over 100.
Okay. See? Keep donating.
Wow. Look at you, Kim and Eldon.
Dude, that was savage.
Look at you, Harry Austin.
Yeah, that was savage, bro.
Let's go.
Stay hard.
See, do you see what happens when we do the right thing and we put the effort in and we try?
Grow the community. Let's go. I love it, you guys. Thank you for supporting the show. That is freaking amazing. Look at everybody picking up the memberships.
Go.
Look at it. Look at it. That's so awesome. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. You guys freaking, I love it. That's what this show's about. Grow the community. Way to go.
Boom.
Way to go. Mike Smith says, way to go, Brandon. Hell yeah. Way to go.
Way to go, Keldon.
Thank you for a fun week, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys
for supporting the show. Giggity. LFG, Kim and Eldon. Let's go.
Yes.
Big Daddy Magic. The BYU TV audience is the Walking Dead. Ute fans are salt of the earth. Big Daddy Magic doesn't have much to say for BYU.
Yeah.
Taysom's colon, speaking of BYU. Well, now he's taken the colon out.
He took the colon out and just has Taysom Hill's colon. Well done. See, that's a good adjustment. See, way to embrace yourself.
Oh! He says, Kim and Eldon, wow, that's amazing. Yes. James, Oak State sports fan.
Oh, hey, Monty.
And stadium guru.
Hey,
Monty. I may go to Dallas and do a video update of SMU's construction.
Yay!
Have to clear it with the wife. All right, Ryan Monty Jetcopter 26 over SMU. Now, this is a very small stadium.
But it is the pipeline to Texas.
Everything runs through Dallas County, Monty. Anyway, that would be amazing.
Yeah, the Mustangs.
Hell yeah. Kim and Eldon, hell yeah. Great job, Harry. Mark Hales, if you are going to the NFL model, the Bulls just need to go away.
See, I disagree. The bowl system should be part of getting into the playoff, right? That's what we're talking about. Hey, games of consequence at the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Because I think you also have to remember bowl season is a it's a revenue source for a lot of the venues.
Yes.
That are where these games are played. The Cotton Bowl,
Rose Bowl?
The Cotton Bowl only matters because of the Cotton Bowl. But see, I think it's stuff like the Rose Bowl. Can you imagine a college football championship season where a game of consequence is not played at the Rose Bowl at 3 p.m. Pacific time on New Year's Day?
Well, look at what Alabama-Michigan was. Like, that was iconic. That was incredible at the Rose Bowl.
You have to be able to keep the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Superdome. I mean, you think about the stadiums where some of these big games are played. SoFi Stadium, Cowboys Stadium, AT&T Stadium in Tarrant County, boy.
Yeah.
NRG in Houston. Again, look at the relationships we're talking about.
Yes.
We're talking about NFL college football relationships. That's what we're talking about. I think that matters. Taysom Hills Colon is now a member of the Monty
Let's
Show.
go.
Let's go, you guys. Welcome to the Nightmare. Gifted another Monty Show membership.
Let's go, baby.
See what we're doing? Growing the community.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. Coming up in 12 minutes. I mean, I guess we can just give it away in 12 minutes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see how many we can do.
Let's see how many we can do. Yeah.
We'll
Hey,
give
the
it away
more the merrier.
in the last 15 minutes of the show.
Okay.
During lifestyle. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that. Let's keep getting your comments in here on the college football. Let me ask you this. What do you want to see happen? Do you want the college football playoff to stay in its current form? Do you want a God tier? Do you want simply to go back to polling? Like, what's the answer in your mind? What's the answer? What's the right thing? Because I think this is I think we're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I think if it's 64 teams with an NFL playoff model in a framework where December becomes games of consequence, bowl season, and we have ways to keep things like, hey, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the Rose Bowl game, all of those things, to keep those games at a very important level. I'm all for it. I am all for it because I think we as a college football fan base deserve it. We deserve 2 months of really important football games. It's what makes the NFL the NFL.
Yes.
If our December games are bedlam, if it is, if it's Texas, Oklahoma, and the loser's eliminated from contention for a playoff spot,
Notre Dame SC.
that should happen in December, right? If Michigan, Ohio State all of a sudden is for a spot in the college football playoffs,
dude,
I'm all about it. I'm all about it, right? Like, I'm here for that conversation. But I think too often we forget, hey, you have to actually build an infrastructure for that. If the infrastructure is in place, and again, if you're just tuning into the show, we are told this morning that ESPN and Fox have had high-level conversations between themselves about, hey, where are we going? How are we going to do this? What's this look like? And I'm also told there have been at least 2 conference calls, and I want to make, not that it matters, but I want to make sure I get it right, that there are at least 2 conference calls that took place between CBS, Fox, and ESPN.
Yeah.
Because I think there's this belief that there's this vitriol and everybody hates ESPN, and couldn't be further from the truth. ESPN makes Fox, it makes NBC, it makes CBS money because it puts big teams in big situations.
Yeah.
And it means that, hey, well, yeah, sure. Is the SEC championship game, is the Alabama-Georgia game, is the big game on ESPN? It is. But the game 2 weeks prior now matters. Auburn, Alabama on CBS mattered, right? The Iron Bowl on CBS. Well, now that game is on ESPN.
Yeah.
Right? But when it's Notre Dame and SC, that game matters. People have to watch that game on NBC. Right? When it's Michigan, Ohio State, and it's for a spot in the college football playoffs, that's on CBS or Fox, or that game matters. So I think you have to understand that everybody has to work together because they all want a stake. They all want a piece of the greater revenue pie. And I think ESPN does a great job facilitating that. I just go back to the Pac-12. ESPN refused to compete for the Pac-12. That's where this all ended. And we had it first about Fox. Fox straight up told the Pac-12, we're not interested in anything but a third-tier game at night.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, that's not true. Well, what happened? Fox walked away from it. ESPN was like, hey, here's what we're willing to offer you. Good luck. And they're like, well, we'll get it somewhere else. And the Pac-12 melted down. I think it's very clear. The power in this belongs with guys like Greg Sankey and guys like Jimmy Pitaro at ESPN.
Yeah.
It does not belong with the colleges. It does not belong at the NCAA. It does not belong with the universities.
100%.
It does not belong with the college football player. It belongs with guys like Sankey, Yormark, Petiti.
And they have a responsibility. You have a
Phillips.
responsibility to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
And provide a system that really works for the masses.
Those are the guys that make the decisions.
And by the way, I think they understand that responsibility and they want it to work for everybody.
Harry Austin, a member of the show for 9 months now, Harry. Appreciate you. The only question I have is for those that are left out of the God tier, the God League, like UTSA. What happens to G5 programs that help support the foundation of college football? I think it's why you have to create and call it what you want, a G5 championship, a second level. I think you have to have it.
Yes.
And I think it's why it makes sense that the one of these spots or two of these spots in the playoffs go to the G5 highest ranked G5 conference champion.
Yes.
I
just don't think it's that difficult. I think it makes sense. Like,
I agree.
It's not hard to understand. Like, it's easy.
100%. I agree. Tanner Plummer, a member of the show for 14 months.
Well. The Super Soakers joined the chat.
Did you see yesterday? I put a video in the Monty Show members only group. So if you join our upper tier, our $10 a month members only content,
our God tier.
Thank you. The Monty Show God tier.
Yeah.
Is $10 a month, right? And you get access to our members only Instagram chat group. Put in there yesterday, Utah fans talking about soaking. It was a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And the interviewer says to the boyfriend, "Would you be soaking?" And he said, "I would do it." And the girl said, "I would do it." And what came out? And if you don't know what soaking is, I'm not going to explain it.
Tanner.
Figure it out. But somebody has to, when you're soaking, somebody has to do the shaking.
The earthquaking.
Yeah. People will charge you a fee to do your earthquaking.
Cock.
Oh, you're soaking? Okay, give me $100. I'll make the earth move. So let me get this right.
Reset.
You're gonna pay me $100. I'm gonna lay under your bed and I'm gonna move the bed up and down so that you can without and everything's fine. So that your salamander can,
the cack.
You're paying people to shake your bed.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
I
content
don't
you get.
regret those decisions.
Lamont Tucker, a member of the show. Lamont Tucker. Wait, I thought just get my eyes all clear. I thought that says Lamont Tucker. He's been a member of the show for 11 months.
Let's go, baby.
Lamont, good to see you. Hey, guys, Connor Stallions also says hello.
Sign Steeler guy.
Hello. How we doing at Central Michigan there? How we doing?
Hey, Jim. Jim, did you figure out who Sign Stealer guy is yet?
This show is unbelievable. Caleb gives us 1 Monty Show membership.
Let's go, baby.
Love it. Free membership Friday. Kicking ass on the
Let's
Monty Show. But yeah, I think the G5, Harry, has to be involved in that in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you have to do it. Wasikowski, AFC, NFC model with Big Ten, SEC, and relegation. But again, understand, it's not the Big Ten and the SEC trying to do it on their own.
Yeah.
They're not doing that.
And I think because of that, relegation's not going to take place. I think that you're going to figure out a model where you've got, again, 64 teams or
why haven't the Bears been relegated?
Yeah, right. So like it's like, hey, we need the shit teams.
We do
to help the good teams.
You do.
And we'll have inside of that 64 team field a way to make the playoffs.
I think you're going to have the P4. Everybody talks about, well, who's getting eliminated, Bonnie? I don't know that anybody gets eliminated.
Yeah.
I think you obviously are not going to have 100 teams, but there's no form or fashion where BYU gets left out of an upper tier of college football. I don't see any SEC team getting left out.
Yeah.
What do you do with Boston College? I don't know. I don't see Boston College, Syracuse. I don't see the bottom 3/4 of the ACC being a difference maker here. Right? But I also don't see North Carolina getting left out of a football discussion. I don't see Duke getting left out of a football discussion.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. I don't see, like, look at the Big 12. Are you telling me that Houston's getting left out of a football discussion? Are you telling me that they're going to leave the bounce house out of the football discussion? I don't see that happening. One, you need the market. And two, UCF's a hell of a football program.
Yeah.
You're going to figure that out. I think the conference with the most to lose here is the ACC.
Yeah.
Because they have no leverage.
Yeah, they got the most average teams.
And they don't have great TV ratings outside of the top 5 or 6. And it's not even 5 or 6. I just don't see how you... And Dabo's a really interesting figure in all this, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Dabo Swinney doesn't embrace what college football has become.
It's probably different than what you're thinking, though.
Nick Saban got out because he didn't embrace it. Dabo Swinney is probably too young for that. And my question is, if you are an athletic director, put yourself in the shoes of an athletic director. Dabo Swinney, look at Alabama. Dabo Swinney openly has campaigned for the Alabama head coaching job for how long?
Long time.
Was he a candidate for that job?
Not really.
Was he one of the top candidates? Was he the top candidate? Well, he's got national championships and no. And why is that? Because he doesn't want a portal and he hasn't used the portal.
We built this program on NIL.
Does not like NIL. Does not embrace NIL. How do you win with that? Right? Kalen DeBoer, I can win with that. Can Dabo Swinney, Clemson or anywhere else, can you reasonably make the argument that Dabo Swinney's the right guy for your football program?
Not right now. Nope.
I don't think so.